Today we're comparing and contrasting as well as setting you up with the best loadout for the ACR as well as the ACR Assault variant in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. This video will operate a little differently than my usual weapon loadout videos because now that we have this new weapon upgrade system added to the game, we can really turn these rifles into monsters. We will see how these two rifles stack up against each other and go through what the differences are between them. We will also do testing to see how hard they hit against the different enemy types in the game, boat arc included, as well as talk about how they feel when you use them. But before we do that, let's set these things up. First, we're going to start off with the ACR. We're going to go with the short barrel, the ASR standard magazine, the ASR suppressor, the Multi-A, the EXP3X G33 sight, an auto single trigger, and lastly the grip pod for the underbarrel. Now for the ACR Assault variant, we're going to go with the ASR standard barrel, the ASR standard magazine, the ASR suppressor, the Multi-A, the EXP3X G33 sight, the STK enhanced stock, an auto single trigger, and lastly the grip pod for the underbarrel. Alright, so now that we've set you guys up with those two variants, let's chat about what the difference is between them and then we'll test them out. So when we take the statistics of these two assault rifles and put them side by side, the ACR does in fact have a better recoil by a small percentage in comparison to its assault variant counterpart, but the ACR assault variant does have a 31 damage output, whereas the ACR only has a 27 damage output, and that difference of 4 will be seen in the next segment when we run those power tests. Let's test these things out against both Sentinel and Wolf targets, but now even boat arc targets too, single shot, center mass, and we're going to see how well these things take them down. We're going to start off with the ACR against Sentinel with a suppressor. 2 shots. Without a suppressor now. 2 shots confirmed. Let's do Wolves with a suppressor. 7 shots. Without a suppressor now. 5 shots confirmed. Let's do standard boat arc enemies, which include Seekers, Troopers, and Tacticians, starting with a suppressor. 2 shots. Without a suppressor now. 2 shots confirmed. Now let's do the ACR Assault against Sentinel with a suppressor. 2 shots. Without a suppressor now. 2 shots confirmed. Let's do Wolves with a suppressor. 6 shots. Without a suppressor now. 5 shots confirmed. Let's do standard boat arc enemy types, which include Seekers, Troopers, and Tacticians, starting with a suppressor. 2 shots. Without a suppressor now. 2 shots confirmed. Now I didn't include the boat arc oppressors and the dreadnoughts because they are kind of a mixed bag of results. Sometimes 5 shots will take them down to the body, and sometimes 6, 7, or 8, or 9 shots. It really all depends because of the armor they wear. Your bullets don't necessarily hit them consistently in the softer spots, so it's best to just mag dump them when you need to remove them. Alright, now, despite the assault variant doing better in its damage output by taking 1 less bullet to take the wolves down while it's suppressed, I thought the ACR was going to be the winner here in this video, and in my opinion, I probably would have said it was the winner over the assault variant. But that's if it wasn't for the new weapon mastery system that just got added to the game, which completely changes things here because me, personally, I prefer my weapons to have better handling over damage output any day of the week, and the ACR very clearly has that upper edge in its recoil over the assault variant, but when it comes to weapons and their damage output, that is all locked and not changeable or upgradable, so you can't increase the damage, not even with the new weapon mastery system, but what you can do is increase the time to aim and recoil management overall, as well as completely upgrade the shot stability and sway overall for your assault rifle category, which means we can turn the ACR assault variants into better guns than when it's just just the standard ACR variant, because once you increase the handling on the ACR Assault, you fix that negative 5% it had in comparison to the regular ACR. Now let's just do a quick overview as to what exactly happens when you max out any of these three stats on the ACR Assault variant, because the standard ACR is now mute and it's kind of useless due to the addition of this weapon mastery system like I said. So I'll be brutally honest, these two guns already felt more or less the same prior to even slapping on those added weapon mastery system upgrades. And now with these upgrades especially, there really is no need to use the ACR variant over the Assault variant, unless of course you are trying to enjoy your ACR brown skin, which isn't available for the Assault variant. So let's just see now what the difference is between the ACR Assault with max mobility and compare it to itself without these added bonuses. And you will see night and day the difference in the speed of your character. Alright, here we go. On the left we have regular mobility without the upgrades, and on the right we have mobility max the fuck out. Now just imagine all that power in your hands with max mobility. This makes for a near perfect setup in conjunction with the loadout I gave you at the start, because you have that dual optic scope that we selected so that on the fly you can flip to that 1x holographic sight and go down into those tighter, more on the fly close quarter types of engagements, or when you are in those types of faster room clearing instances but you need to hit targets farther out while on the fly too, you can flip on that magnifier to help you get the job done. This setup, honestly guys, is just a monster setup in terms of interior clearing. The mobility just really does give you that upper hand like I said, because you can move super damn fast and drop targets before they even realize you're there, because you already are aimed in with that over the shoulder view, ready to nail targets with that Multi-A laser attachment helping you out, speed walking like a demon. Now, if you have seen my previous weapon loadout videos, you know I always pick the Multi-A if it's an option over the other lasers in the game, because it has better daytime visibility and it offers some other great bonuses which really elevate our ACR builds here. It provides us with increases to range by 10% and a decrease to sway by 10%, and to top it off it provides you with a decrease in shot spread by a minus 20%. So that brings me to my next point here, maxing out the accuracy of your assault rifles, because with this thing it is a very good choice to do, because you can get further bonuses that tack on to what the Multi-A gives you in those categories. It just feels tighter. Your short control bursts really do pack a punch with both ACR variants. Steadily held trigger pulls dish out lethal dumps of bullets on target each and every time. It's an assault rifle that you can absolutely rely on in many different ranges and instances of combat. Up close you're dumping enemies, at mid-range you're handling them, and at a far range you have the precision added to you with that new weapon mastery upgrade system to lean on to pick off those targets. So do have fun with those upgrades and let them elevate not only just your ACR builds but all your guns moving forward. Hell dude, if you have enough skill points to fully master those things, then by all means go for it. Put all three categories fully stacked. Then you truly have unlimited potential with your ACR. And in the rare instance you're a player that literally gives zero fucks about these new additional bonuses being added to the game, ignore the system completely and just keep your ACR stock and use either of the two variants, because with the setups I gave you at the start, with or without these added weapon mastery system bonuses, both variants of the ACR are phenomenal guns that really do play extremely well. Now I gotta say guys, it's really hard here to feel the difference of these two guns, and it's really hard to pick a favorite amongst the two guns, but I guess we'll have to give it to the Assault variant for that added bonus and damage it provides. It gives you 4 more points in damage in comparison to the standard ACR, and because the guns feel so much the same when you are using them, the increase of recoil, the decrease in recoil isn't really that noticeable. So once you have those weapon mastery systems slapped on too, you're really looking at some fucking demon ass weapons that you're gonna love and you're gonna have a lot of fun with, alright? So I hope you did enjoy this video, and as always, thanks for watching and take it easy.